Hello, everybody. I hope you are having such a great evening. My name is Shannon Hoskinson. If you are watching live and Facebook, I'm so glad you're here. If you're catching the replay, so glad you're here. The purpose of this quick video tonight is to tell you about Plexus and how it can help you. But first, I want to share a little bit about who I am and my story. So my name is Shannon Hoskinson. I'm currently 41. I'm the mom of three. I have a 16-year-old boy, a 14-year-old boy, and an 11-year-old girl. I coach competitive volleyball. I've been married to my husband, Ryan, for over 18 years. And I also help women make money from home, doing an income opportunity from home. And I'm a coach, I'm a leader, I'm a mentor. I do lots of activities in my church. And I truly would tell you that I am living my best life right now. A life 6 years ago, I didn't think I would get to be living, a life I didn't know how badly I wanted to live. And so let me just take you back 6 years ago. I had just turned 35. And after years of exercising and working out and eating right and watching what I ate, I got some really disturbing blood work. And there were no answers. And I was just given a generic answer for how to handle it and then told to go on my merry little way. And that felt really defeating to me because I felt like I had tried everything. But in the midst of that, I was not feeling good. And at that time, I just felt like I was failing at life. I was failing my kids. I was failing my friends. I was failing my husband. I did not feel mentally engaged. I did not feel like I could plan things. I wondered who I was and who I had become. I was homeschooling, but just felt so unenthusiastic about it. And it was to the point where I felt like it was no longer of benefit to my kids to actually be homeschooling them because I was just in such a terrible place, physically, emotionally, and mentally. I every day just felt so tired. I felt like sleep did not work, and it didn't matter what I tried to do. Nothing seemed to help. And again, I was 35, and I decided that's just what it was. The glory days were over. It's what I would always struggle with. I would always feel tired. I would always feel brain fogged, and it was just part of being a mom. And I think somewhere, though, I knew that that wasn't right. I think I knew that surely there was better, but I didn't know where to find it until one day, a friend asked me, like, what would you want more, energy or mental clarity? And I said, well, can I have both? And that's when she started talking to me about natural supplementation. And so for me, I would say to you, the top three things in my life at the time, at the age of 35, that were bothering me were my mood. My mood was all over the place. It was up and down and all around, and it was really negatively impacting my family, my relationship with my husband, relationship with my kids, all of it. My mood was really bothering me. I would tell you that my inability to think clearly was really bothering me. I was leading women's Bible study at the time. I was leading a group of homeschoolers. I started a co-op. I've always been a take charge go-getter, and I felt like I had nothing left to give. And so I really felt like I had lost myself in some ways. I felt like I could not focus. So moody, could not focus. And then I was so tired all the time. And so how did that show up in my life? Well, I was unpredictable. I was extremely unpredictable. Who knew if I would have the energy for the day? Who knew what my mood would be? My kids, I think, just weren't really sure who they would get for the day. Neither did my husband. And again, I just thought, well, this just must be normal, until I realized it wasn't. And until I realized I got to the place that I was genuinely willing to do something about it. I was so tired of how I felt. I was willing to try something my friend told me about because it had also helped her. And so that's what I want to talk to you about tonight. So I could sit here and I could give you all of the science. I could tell you about every single one of our products. I could give you all the science behind it, but that is not going to help you know if these products are for you. That's really not. And so what I want to do right now is I want to ask some questions if I can. I want to ask you some questions and see if this resonates with you. And so what I want to ask you then is, what are the top 2 or 3 things in your health that are currently bothering you? Just think about it for a minute. I bet you could name 5. You could probably name 10. But what are those top 2 or 3 things that are genuinely bothering you? And I told you mine earlier: my mood, my inability to think clearly, and my energy. And here's what happened. 1 month into working on my gut health and starting some Plexus products, I could think clearly again. And I couldn't believe it. I could not believe how much mental focus I had. 2 months in, I couldn't believe that my mood was stabilizing. My husband even couldn't believe it. And he said, well, let's give it 3 months just to see. And then by month 3, I just felt like myself again. And people took notice. Okay. And 6 months in, so much changed. 6 months in, my allergies were better. I was not needing an antibiotic all the time for sinus infections. I genuinely desired to eat better. My clothes were fitting better. I didn't feel so bloated all the time. I started to slowly feel like I was figuring out who I was again and coming back into who I knew I could be and who I wanted to be. So, in all of that, let's go back to the question I asked you. What are the top 2 or 3 things about your health right now that you wish you could change or that you wish were better for you? How do they show up in your life? How does it show up? If you're experiencing moodiness, does that mean that you are losing your temper easily, or you feel annoyed easily and it's impacting your relationships? If you struggle with chronic pain of any kind, is that keeping you sidelined? Are you missing work? Are you missing activities? Do you not feel like you can fully engage in conversations going on around you? Do you feel full of ideas but lack the energy and clarity to make them happen? How does it show up in your life? How do these 2 or 3 things keep you from being who you want to be? And here's where it's real easy to maybe start to feel some shame or some self-judgment. And here's what I'll tell you. If self-judgment could help you, it would have by now. If self-judgment was your answer, you wouldn't be listening to this and you wouldn't be looking for solutions to your problems. Self-judgment is never going to help. So this is a self-judgment free zone. Okay. And so what I want to tell you is that any of those things that you're thinking about, right? Whether maybe you have you have skin issues that are bothering you, you don't sleep well, you crave sugar all the time, you crash in the afternoon, you are desiring, or you can't go a day without like an energy drink or coffee, you're drinking coffee all of the time, you are constantly taking over-the-counter meds for whatever issue, you feel like nothing works, you can't go to the bathroom regularly, you're struggling with just stomach pain or maybe indigestion or anything chronic with your health, skin, I think I said skin issues, but other skin issues too. Whatever it is that's bothering you, that is what Plexus is. Plexus can help with all of the things, because what we know from the science is that anything we are usually experiencing is rooted in gut health first. Your microbiome is so important to your overall health, but it's impacted every day by stress. We can't get away from that. By over-the-counter med use, chronic antibiotic use, consuming sugar, consuming alcohol, breathing the air outside. So every day your gut microbiome is being impacted. But this is where gut health comes into play, and it can help get to the root of the issues that you're experiencing and help you start to feel better. And so what I'll tell you really fast is we have just some very simple systems. And so what I want to share with you right now is one of our most popular systems. And here's the deal. If you are ready to take a first step, if you are ready for a new normal, if you're ready for better health, if you're ready to feel better, if you're ready to show up for your family the way you want to, show up for yourself the way you want to, keep commitments to yourself, put your health first, if you're ready for any of that, then I want to invite you to take that first step with us. And I want to recommend that you start with one of our simple systems. And I will show you one of our most popular ones. They are 30-day supplies, and they will give you results. Maybe not instantaneously, but over time, like I said, I'm 6 years in and I'm still receiving results from these products because gut health is not a one and done thing. It's something you need to work on for a long time. So what I would want you to know is that we have a basic gut health system. Okay. It's so simple. It's 3 products. That's it. It's 3 products every day that you can feel better. And it comes in this awesome box. It's a drink and 2 pills. And what this system does is it goes in and just really helps your body feel better. You drink 1 yummy drink a day, you take a couple of pills, and it slowly but surely starts to get to the root of your issues, whatever those issues are you were thinking about earlier when I was talking, or the things where it's showing up in your life. I guarantee that we have something that can help you. And so I want to invite you to take your first step. Okay, our systems most of them are about $132 to start, which is roughly $4 a day, which I don't know if you've been through a drive-through lately, but you can't even get a black coffee for that. So you could go through a drive-through, you could go to the gas station, you could purchase 2 energy drinks, you could purchase a black coffee, and it's a one and done, and it will crash you and it will leave you wanting more. Or you could take that $4 a day and you could invest it in your gut health, and you could experience the long-term success of what healing your gut can do, of feeling better. This isn't our only system. We have multiple systems, but that's where your friend who invited you here comes into play. Your next step, if you're ready to do something about it, is that we want you to get with the person that invited you to this group or shared this video with you. We want you to get with them, and we want you to tell them, what are those 2 or 3 things that are really bothering you about your health that you wish you could change? How's it showing up in your life? And ask them to make a recommendation for you. We love pairing products that fit your journey personally. This is not a one size fits all approach. Every person is different and every person has different needs. So we would love for you to get with the person that invited you here. Message them right now, message them tonight, tell them you watched this video and you want to talk more and that you're ready to take your first step. And something else that's super exciting is anyone who watches this and mentions it, we have a $10 off coupon to help you get started. And we don't believe cost ever has to be an issue. We have an amazing affiliate program, which is so wonderful. And so something else we do here at Plexus, besides just share health and wellness, is we help entrepreneurs, those who want to do that, learn how to make an income at home, learn how to have a second stream of income, maybe not full time, but maybe it'll fill in your financial gaps. But we really believe that we have solutions that can help you solve your problems. So if you're ready to take your next step, I invite you to comment on this Facebook post or message the person that invited you here, and we would love to help you and walk alongside you on your journey. Thanks so much for listening in.